Hello, welcome to the 36th episode of Continuously Refined and our first podcast recording of 2026. I'm Shayna.
And I'm Sicily. Happy
Today,
2026.
yes, we are talking all things ins and outs. So, what we're going to bring with us into 2026, what we're leaving behind in 2025, some resolutions, things we want to change, things we're pursuing. And so, I think it's going to be a really good reset episode to kind of catch up with both Cicely and I, see what we're up to, what we're changing, keeping the same, and a good start to the year.
Yeah, we haven't talked to you guys in so long, and it feels like we haven't talked to you guys in forever. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wanted to get started by talking about I love the new year, and like I'm such a goal setter, and like I'm gonna hit this goal and I'm gonna do this to an extent where sometimes it's like too much. But so I'm such a New Year's person. But a couple of years ago, I was like, I can't do resolutions anymore because you look at them in like March and it's like, okay, well, I've already not kept up with this. And you set unrealistic resolutions for yourself all the time. And I was like, I don't want to do that. So instead, I kind of come up with like a word or just an overall like kind of motto I want to have. So I came up with a couple things this year, but my like energy for the year, I wrote down. So I have my little note on it that I go back to, but I really wanted to focus on the word fun and like having fun in 2026, and it sounds really silly, but I I like explained it to people and I was like I want to be more fun, but not in the way of like I'm not a fun person to be around, in the way of like I come up with excuses to avoid things that could be fun all of the time. Like, for example, going out at 22 years old in downtown Chicago in the middle of winter, I could come up with a million excuses as to why I shouldn't do that because I need to save money, because it's freezing outside and no one wants to stand in the
Valid.
cold. Like, definitely valid excuses, but I use them all the time. And I always feel good once I put myself out there and once I do things. And so that was my big thing. And then I also wanted to be better about, I said, like, this is the year of envisioning the best case scenarios because
Mhm.
like especially with anxiety and with like being prepared all the time, I'm constantly like 10 steps ahead and envisioning all of the worst case scenarios. And so I really want to like slow down and take the time to be like the best thing could also happen in this situation. And I also think through all of those that will help me to like show up more for people in my community and like around me. I feel like we talked about this a couple years ago in our Bible study, but like inconveniencing yourself to show up for others almost, and like being able to just like show up on someone's door and just like say hi and do things like that.
Love it.
And I feel like I have gotten so far away from that, especially in post grad, and so I'm trying to bring that back. But those like three things I guess are kind of my energy for 2026. Shayna, I know that you're kind of maybe anti doing a word, but do you want to kind of explain how you view the new year, because it might be a little bit different?
Yeah, guys, I have a totally different view on entering the new year, New Year's resolutions, words, goals, all the things. I see New Year's as just another day. Like, I literally have never, ever, and I don't know if I ever will, come up with a word or a resolution for the year, ever. I just think that I don't know if I don't think that I can attain these things, so it's not worth doing. Like the amount of people who cannot, this is kind of a Debbie Downer, sorry, cannot complete their New Year's resolutions more than a month is astronomical. Like probably 95% of the people who make resolutions at the beginning of the year don't complete it. So I think it's dumb. So if you want to add something new in the middle of the year, do it. If you want to get rid of something in the middle of the year, do it. That's kind of more my perspective on it, or like a word to keep going back to. I don't know. I just like I would do it and forget about it 2 days later. And so I try to have the mentality that I can change and adjust and pivot anytime that I need to or want to. Um, Cicely, I wanted to touch on, I love how you talked about having the like thoughts and attitude of like, what if something good happens? And I
Mm-hmm.
think having that positive outlook just on life, like daily
Yeah.
life and things that are going to happen is going to be so beneficial to you and highly recommend to anyone, especially if you're going through like a really hard time in your health journey where you're not
Mm-hmm.
seeing any results and you're not seeing anything positive coming from it, but having that positive outlook will help you to keep moving forward. And so I think that is really awesome and a really good thing to do. And so, not saying that I never like to change. I'm constantly reading self-help books or finding memos that I like keep going back to. I just don't see the new year as a time to make a change for myself personally. So like we were all texting about, "Oh, what's your word for 2026?" Like Could not think of one. Like I have no, what theme do you want to? I don't know. Why can't it roll into 2027 or be back from 2025? That's just my perspective. So,
Yeah.
you know,
But it's true in the
unpopular
way of like,
opinion.
it goes with the whole thing too of like, don't wait till Monday to start and don't wait till this day to change. Like,
Yeah,
it's
just
the
do
whole
it.
thing. Like, I keep telling my parents right now, I'm so annoyed because the gym is like insanely packed. And like, granted, I love anyone that set a resolution to like go to the gym more. But as someone that regularly goes to the gym and is consistent, I don't want to have to book my class a full week in advance right when it opens in order to get a spot in it. And I don't want to have to drive around the parking lot for 20 minutes to find a parking spot and like not be able to find weights. Like I just like get so frustrated. And it's like you can truly start whenever. Like it doesn't have to be the new year. But in spirits of the new year, we wanted to talk about,
Nonetheless,
yeah, right. This is something also we're going to talk about ins and outs, but we've done this a couple times too where we do it for a month. So we do our ins and outs for that next month. You could do it for a week, you could do whatever, but I think ins and outs are a great way to just be like, these are a couple things I'm focused on. These are a couple things that I'm like, this energy I don't claim and I don't want it anymore.
yeah, it'll be good. So,
Yeah.
Cicely, give us your ins and outs.
So my first in is clean perfumes and specifically Dime perfume. I got mine for Christmas and I absolutely love it. And I know Shayna has one too. We love theirs.
Yeah, smells so
My
good.
second one is non toxic workout sets. We also both got a workout set for Christmas. And this is something like I guess another one of my ins is saunas. And I saw something the other day that I actually wanted to remember to say on the podcast of like, we forget how much toxic workout clothes can impact us because you're sweating and then absorbing all of that. And so, especially with like one of my ins being going in the sauna, it's so important to wear non toxic workout clothes so that I'm not absorbing all of those toxins immediately into my body.
Okay, so that's how, here's like an analogy of how I think about that. We get rid of plastic Tupperware containers. And God forbid you ever put a plastic Tupperware container in a microwave and then ate the food. That's what it's like when you
Yeah.
wear these non-toxic workout clothes that are full of the, what is it, poly something
Polyester.
plastic, polyester. It's all plastic. Then you go sit in a sauna and all of that polyester, the plastic is leaching into your skin. Your skin is your largest organ, just to make that clear out there. And our
Yeah.
endocrine system, that's how I think about it. Heating up a plastic dish in a microwave is the same as wearing polyester clothes in the sauna.
No, I love that. That's a great analogy. Another one of my ins for 2026 voice memos. I am loving voice
I
memos.
mean, we have a podcast. We like to
This
talk.
is fair. We like to talk. But also like then you get to hear someone's tone of voice over something and like I'm just like so over like I don't have time to text you out a full story. I'm going to send a voice memo and whenever you listen to it, you can listen to it. Like I don't need a response back right away, but I'm loving voice memos.
Hashtag bring back the voice memo. Like our grandparents freaking love leaving voice messages. They're
True.
like, well, why wouldn't you just leave me a voice message? Why would you text me?
That's so true.
Leave me a voice memo.
Yeah. Or like the same thing of like I guess another in could be I don't know what it's called, but when you leave the FaceTime like video like kind of
Yeah,
voicemails,
a recording.
I'm loving those.
Hey, it's like a
Yeah.
vlog.
It is. It is. And I'm like, here's what you missed when you didn't answer my call, so now you get to see it still.
Getting to see me.
One of my ins is posting more on TikTok and like personally, but then also on our continuously refined account and just like using the algorithm to our advantage in that way. Because I also go through periods where I delete TikTok for like months, and so I was like, now I'm keeping it, and I'm like gonna do the thing. That's my goal.
Bring it back.
Making Instagram casual. Another one of my ins. I
So,
saw something the other day that was like, your social media is your own. And like, that sounds so stupid, but I was like, oh, that's so true. Like, I'm so
yes,
used to it. Like, yeah, like I follow the trends and I like am like, oh, I have to do it this way. No, I don't have to do
it's
anything.
yours.
Yeah.
Stop giving in to the ways of the world. And we have been so used to following trends, doing what everyone else is doing, wearing the clothes,
Yeah.
getting the things. Like, okay, everyone's talking about 2016. You don't want to know what I look like in 2016, so I'm not going to post it. But nonetheless, like in 2016, Instagram was casual. Like
Yeah.
selfie on the main story, one post. There
So
was no
true.
slides. There was no, this is what I did. This is what I ate today.
Yeah.
And if people don't want to follow me, that's fine. Peace out. Goodbye.
Hmm.
Make it your own. I like that. I think it's
I
fun.
even
And I,
think about like in 2016, Visco was trending, and like you couldn't like posts or like all you could do was like hit the little star button or like repost things, but it wasn't a big deal. You didn't really comment. You didn't like, there weren't like big things that happened. And so it was like you just posted to post them, like just for yourself and for other people to see it, but not to react to it. Another 2026 end of mine, this was a big one in 2025, but towards the end, is yoga. I'm loving like the slower pace workouts. And a big thing lately for me has been like just doing 1% like better every day. And so it's
Mm.
like, okay, if I don't really feel like working out, I'm going to go and just do a yoga class. I'm going to go do a 20-minute Pilates workout, like whatever it is. Even if I just do like a quick yoga video at home. Like to me, it's just like, okay, I did something. I moved my body.
Movement. Yeah.
Yeah. Using my credit card.
Get
That's a
those
big
points.
in of mine. Yep. I finally got a credit card last year and I need to be better though about like I'm good with it, but I'm like I get scared to use it. And so that's like a goal of mine. Um this is one I think we can both relate to as an in, but living at home and
Woo woo. Make
I
living at home cool again. All I'm
yes,
gonna say.
I don't think that I like well, I didn't think that my 2025 was going to look the way that it did, right? And which is totally fine. And I'm so happy with the way that it did look. But living at home was never something that I expected to happen again. And so I really want in 2026 to just like normalize that and to be like, yeah, I live at home. What about it? Like, I want that to be the energy around it.
I love it. I think it's good. I just like change one, not caring about what people think, like not
Yeah.
giving two craps about judgment, but also like explain, not that you have to ever like prove why you're doing something, but like, yeah, I'm saving a crap ton of money and one day
Hmm.
I'm gonna buy a house. Okay, cool. Like, I don't know,
Yeah.
we all have our different reasons, but it's so cool that we get to spend this sweet time with our parents
Yeah.
and live at home, get to do the things that we used to do before we went off to college. It'll be
Yeah.
a sweet time.
Yeah, for sure. Um, my last in is glasses of wine. I said with one of the things being like my word being fun, I want to be less like not strict on myself with alcohol, but I'm so like don't have a glass of wine during the week, like only have like one or two on the weekends, like all these things. And it's like if I want it, like I think it's more maybe like the memo of the glass of wine, but it's like if I want that post yoga on a Monday night, like I can have it. So that is my last in.
And it's something that you love so much and it brings you joy. And that's kind of
Yeah.
how I feel about like an $8 latte. Like, don't get it during the week. Like, you get one during the weekend. Like, you don't need to spend the money. The
Hmm.
almond milk has additives. Like, why are you drinking it? But it brings me so much joy. And I know wine does that for you that,
Yeah.
yeah, we want to stick to this regimen and be healthy all the time. But like, if it brings you joy, it's okay to have in moderation.
Yeah. Well, and it's like just trying to strive for that 100%, which we talk about all the time. I know that we both like believe in the 80/20, but that we're always still striving almost for 100%. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
so unrealistic and it almost puts more stress on your body when you're trying to do that. And so I'm like, okay, I need to like focus on that. And 2026 of just being like, I would say more chill and relaxed, but I will never be chill and relaxed because that's just not my personality.
Impossible.
Yeah.
Literally impossible. Going off of that, I had created three like ins to outs that I'm gonna culminate together. And my first one is taking out, stressing about perfection, eating clean, working out X amount of times a week, and then bringing in giving myself grace because
I love that.
I am such the person who's like, if I can't eat anything clean, like I'm not going to eat anything at all. And then,
Yep.
well, I feel guilty because last night I had I went out to eat and I had seed oils. So this morning I have to be so strict and I stress myself the frick out and it sucks like the life out of you. It takes away all of that joy that I find in food and I stress out about it. So instead, and even with working out, I do the same thing. Like, oh, I was so busy. I was so exhausted. Or with
Hmm.
cycle syncing, like, oh, you're on your period. So I'm not going to work out. Then I feel guilty. Like, and so I'm really, really trying to get rid of that guilty feeling that I feel around health, whether that's
Yeah.
eating clean or working out, because we do so good. But with that, we're trying to like find a balance and want to solve all these issues. And so I feel like if I'm not doing everything perfectly, the issues won't be solved. But that's not true.
Yeah.
I'm stressing myself out more. It's a balance. So trying to give myself grace.
No, I get that. I'm 100% that way too. Um, I can go on to some of my outs. One of my first out is Snapchat. Super silly. I'm getting rid of it this year. I'm gonna do it. I haven't done it yet, but I will get there. I just like one, I'm not paying for the memories. I need to like transfer all the memories and just be done with it. Also, like I'm tired of guys being like, "Can I get your Snapchat?" No, I don't
No,
have
I'm
it.
23 years old.
Yeah, no, you can't get my Snapchat. I don't need to see a picture of your face every day with no text on it.
Text me, call me,
Yep.
take me on a date.
Yeah, that would be great. If anyone wants to do that, that would be great. Another one of my outs is being scared to ask people for things. I'm gonna shout out our friend Kyler for this one because she said something right before New Year's Eve, and she was like, "If you don't ask, you won't receive." And I was like, "That's so true." That I like, not that I never thought about, but I wouldn't have processed in that way of like, if I don't ask, I won't receive. So like, I am going to Florida for the month of February, and like talking to my family and like asking them for things, it feels really like my extended family feels really uncomfortable for me because I've never had to do that before. But I was like, well, if I don't ask, I'm never going to hear the answer. So even if I think something might be a no, I might as well ask because I the worst case scenario is the answer is a no. The best case scenario, which we're trying to do, is that it could be a yes. So
Mm-hmm.
that's another one of mine. Um, Another one is it kind of goes actually with what you were just saying, but putting pressure on workouts and like feeling, I kind of mentioned it earlier, but feeling like I have to be doing a full hour weightlifting, like exercise with cardio at the end. And like I have this agenda in my head and
Mm-hmm.
being like, actually, I could stretch for 10 minutes. Like that can be enough for me. I can do an ab workout for 5 minutes and that's enough. Like just doing things that make me feel good about my body and moving my body. I think I used to be really good at working out to feel good. And in the last year, it's changed a lot to be working out for the way I look. And I don't love the way that then that makes me feel. So I'm trying to like put less pressure on the workouts and just feel good in my own body and about them.
Yeah, remember like and have a good reason of why you're going to do it every day. Not to check a
Yes.
box, not to get the fourth workout in the week or to look good before you go into the weekend, but to be
Yes.
like this is helping my body. This is making my cardiovascular system better and my muscles stronger.
100%. And my last one is overconsumption, which I know, Shanna, you'll talk about some too. But I always follow not every single health trend because I look into them first, but I get very easily influenced by the health trends. And all of the health trends start in some way because we're deficient in something that we could get from the natural world around us. And instead, we're choosing to supplement that with another thing or another object or another thing added into our routine. And so that is a big out of mine for this year is to not just follow every single health trend like coming forward.
Yeah, and they're not all bad. Like
Right.
to be fair, red lights, vibration plates, supplements, castor oil packs. My parents got like this really cool grounding mat to go under their bed. Like
Mm-hmm.
none of these things are bad at all. They are such cool or like the red light therapy like sauna beds, that everyone
Yeah.
they cost like thousands of dollars. Um Infrared like chambers. So cool. None of these things are bad. They are helping to reverse the things that we are deficient in.
Right.
Awesome. But we are so easily able to be influenced and then therefore overconsume because it's
Mm-hmm.
at the tip of our fingers. We're seeing the positive effects that it's having for other people. We click a button, it shows up on our doorstep.
Yeah.
It's great, but we don't need it. Go outside and take your shoes off
Mm-hmm.
and stand in the grass, grounding, free.
Yep.
Go outside first thing in the morning and stare at the sun, getting circadian rhythm, like helping that, the exact same thing the red light therapy and mask are doing to your face.
Mm-hmm.
Vibration plate, get a jump, like, I don't know, get a jump rope, jump up and down 10 times. Like, it's the same thing that the vibration plate is doing. So, something that I'm really trying to do is decrease my overconsumption. Do I really need the new red light mask that just came out? Do I really need the most expensive castor oil pack? Can I put my legs up the wall and get the same circulation to my gut as, that's doing? Or jump up and down for lymphatic drainage.
Mm-hmm.
I can use my hand as a gua sha rather than paying $50 for a gua sha. So that's a really big thing that I think our society isn't getting clear. They think
Yeah.
that in order to have all of these health benefits, they have to purchase the newest, the most expensive product that these influencers are getting paid to promote, to promote to you. They're not just
Hmm.
doing it because it's their favorite one. They're getting paid to do it.
Yeah.
And it's a cool system and everything, but I think that we can do a lot. You know, you can get outside.
Yeah.
And there's free things in this world that God put on the earth to eat salmon that has omegas rather than
Right.
taking an omega supplement. There's just things that we're supposed to do that we don't because we're deficient in the way that we live
Right.
our life and
Yeah, like
all
they
of the
didn't have
things.
red light masks in the 1800s for a reason. They didn't
And they
need
were
them.
way healthier than we are now.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
so I just think it's a cool new perspective that I would love to bring out into the health and wellness space and not crapping on, fully crapping on, semi crapping on all of the things.
Hmm.
But I think it's just a good reminder that
Yeah.
you can get all these things from the real natural world. And so that is a big thing that I want to focus on and share with you guys. So
Yeah. I would
those are our
agree.
little ins and outs, kind of going off of my third and last one. Your Snapchat is my Reels. I feel like when I
Mm.
am bored at night, I
Yeah.
scroll aimlessly on Reels and I get off of my phone feeling like not good about myself at all
Yeah.
because I've just been thrown a lot in the last 5 minutes. I just watched 50 videos, 50, little 10-second videos. And so you compare yourself to others. They have the new clothes, they have the new this. They work out more than I do. They eat cleaner than I do. And that's a lot of
100%.
what I get. So I'm trying to grab a book, do
Yeah.
something else with my life in the evenings rather than scroll aimlessly on my phone.
I love
Uh,
it.
so to, kind of wrap up, I am not all anti-resolution, but I think that we can make changes any time of the year rather than just on January 1st and then have to come up with new ones right on December 31st. So
Yeah.
I am open to creating change all the time rather than just at the beginning of the year. But it's
Yeah.
kind of
I love
fun.
that.
I do see the value in sitting down and looking back on the last year and seeing the new things that you want to change. I think journaling and reflecting can help us become the best versions of ourselves too. So,
100%. Well, you guys let us know if you guys have any ins and outs for this year that you guys have thought about or what your maybe words of the year are. But we will talk to you guys again in 2 weeks. Bye.
bye.